Hello, 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 good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is I, Kukuro Marco, and we're here for more Danganronpa. Yes, we are hopefully getting our second class trial today because the investigation has started for that. Yup. Let's get straight into it. Okay, recap. Yes, so if you aren't caught up and you want to catch up, there's gonna be spoilers now, so yeah. Recap is Chihiro was murdered by supposedly Genocide Jack, because there's many indicators that it was Genocide Jack who did it. So like one of the indicators is that bloodlust was written on the wall with the victim's blood. But the more telling indicator, according to Byakuya, is that the victims of Genocide Jack are always hung in a certain way. And that fact that they are hung in that certain way isn't publicized. So that's why Byakuya strongly believes that Genocide Jack is actually one of us. And about that, Toko, the very, very introverted girl who stays in her room most of the time, yeah, she's kinda showing signs that she has a second personality, and that second personality might be Genocide Jack. We're gonna find out today who Genocide Jack really is. Wait, you're going to... I thought we were supposed to have a dialogue with you. Yeah, this one. Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file, could you let me see it?
Fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Huh? Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Murder cases of Genocide Jack, top secret. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Yeah. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shojigaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsu Nataro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. What? And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now, take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page? Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder? Yup.
So in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. Man, a split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Genocide Jack case file has been added. Yup.
let's go.
Alright. We should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We've finished our business here, haven't we? Ah, wait! Byakuya! Man, this guy is really just dragging us everywhere, huh? As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. What does he need to do alone? Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene. The girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Just a second. I need to check my stream settings for a bit. Okay. And we're back. Everything's good. Just had to make sure, you know. Wanna be putting on a good show. So let's go to the map. I think we just have to go back. Oh, there. Yeah. It's... Wait, there's also the dining hall in the warehouse. I think we just go with what the story wants us to do for now. And it clearly told us that we have to go back to the room of the murder. Taka.
How unfortunate.
Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it! I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Not exactly. Everyone was against it. No, not everyone, but most of the people were against it, so you can't go blaming yourself for that. But yeah, I guess you would feel bad, you know, knowing that someone died, and you'd think that you have the power to do something about it, but you weren't able to. That's the worst thing, actually. Like, when you start blaming yourself because you feel like there's something you could have done. Man, we've all had those moments in our lives. But you know, we just gotta keep moving on. Tough in this situation, of course. Someone just died, man. And now you're trying to find who murdered them. Wow, this game truly is ruthless. Ding ding ding! Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I cannot reveal that just yet.
That's it.
But
I'm sure of it.
But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah. Miss Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see?
Well, it
She
would
refused to
seem-
tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? That's some copium right there. Okay, so where is Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same... Excuse me? But at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Let's go with the girls' locker room first. Talk to Sakura.
Damn.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul.
No forgiveness!
To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. Yeah. That's the same way I feel like. I don't even think she's capable of hurting anyone. So like, wow, she's the one who dies? That's so sad. I really wanted to get to know her more. We didn't even get to spend time with her once, man. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. I'll be praying for everyone's success. Thank you. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Definitely. Chihiro's e-handbook has been added to the truth section. Come on, Mondo. Yep. We already had this conversation before. Time to examine the body again. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug? Wait, I actually didn't even notice it. I wasn't looking at the close-up of the hand. Because you don't see it. I pointed at my screen just now. You also don't see that. You don't see, like... What do you call this view? the normal view. That there's a plug. Wow. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. There's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. It's all stabs, huh? What does this all mean? Status of the dead body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Well, the only thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help me look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. So we're going back to the... There's still more? Okay. We're going back to the library then. There's a big blood stain on the dumbbell on the floor. The Monokuma file said that the fatal injury was caused by a blow to the head. This dumbbell has to be the murder weapon. Uh-huh. There's a blood stain on the carpet. I remembered there's a song that like has lyrics similar to that. Blood stain somewhere. I can't remember. There's a blood stain on the carpet. It could only have been caused by Chihiro's murder. Oh, I wonder what I missed. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood, just like in all those other Genocide Jack cases. Yo! Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you again. At every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. Am I supposed to look at the body again? It's the bloodstained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big what is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. That's... Okay, that's actually true. Chihiro's... Yep, we already looked at that. Yep, it's showing this again. Huh. Oh. Huh? I guess the poster? I really missed the poster, huh? Boys' locker room. Oh! Yeah, it was the poster then. Huh. This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait. That reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. How did that happen? In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a gifted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. If it's about the locker rooms, then that has to be Sakura. Let's check the mat. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? What actually is that? It's brown. So far, all the blood stains have been pinkish. So that's probably not blood. Oh, right. Wrong way. I keep thinking that going to the door would make me go back. But that's not how this game works. Okay, let's talk to Sakura about the posters. Because someone would have had to swap them, meaning they were able to enter both bathrooms. Locker rooms, I mean. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes, Hina and I use it together. Okay then, let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I've never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. Protein coffee that exists? We have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee. Oh, okay, that makes sense then. And down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day, I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. That's the stain then. A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain in here to begin with. Disappearing stain. But how is that possible? Someone really did use the handbooks then. Like someone borrowed handbooks. Someone else's to get in. Oh. Yeah, this is making things more confusing. More layers to the investigation. Because that brings up the question. Why swap the carpets at all? The only stain on the carpet. No, they swapped the carpets before the killing happened because it's only a coffee stain. There's no blood stain on that one. That's so weird. Okay, Celeste, why are you in the warehouse? And what did you see? Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. Wow. If everything you need to live a full life can be found in a warehouse, I think that's kinda sad. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime. What would Chihiro have to do in the warehouse? Hmm?
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
Caught red-handed?
What? How did you know?
Maybe because you're bringing a gym bag?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks.
Why did she say thanks?
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Why is she in a hurry? She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. Harsh. But I can't find the mistake in the reasoning. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Right. Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Celeste's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. That makes me more interested in Toko's room. There are more places with exclamation points. The dining hall. Yeah, I think the dining hall to ask Hina about the poster. Because she's always in the gym as well. The locker room. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before. She won't come out and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry. Wow. That's not good.
Yeah!
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course! Of course? Same. Why would you... You'd be in the mood to eat a donut now? There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yup, it's true. And it wasn't just us, either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. So you're telling me... it was a guy who killed her? Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kinda weird to be shy around your own sex? But totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh, is that where this is going? Chihiro's actually male. If that's actually where this goes. What? Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. No way. Aoi's account has been added to the truth bullets. Let me check her report card. Oh no. Yeah. There's no... they don't show the sex. Name, height, weight, chest. Yeah. Oh man. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see. We're gonna find out soon if she's really a female or a male. This is Toko's room. I should probably just leave her alone for now. No, actually, I'm quite interested. Why? You won't at least, like, ask her how she is after Hina just left her like that? Okay. Continuing the investigation. Where should we go? Huh. Alright. It told us to return to the archive. We're gonna find out more about the cable, the rope thing. Maybe this? Nope. Because we found out that the rope used to tie her to the stand things is not a rope. It has a plug on the other end. Does this one? The desk lamp. Byakuya grabbed that one thing from over here and put it over there. It sure is dark over there. So, it's the report on a presidential assassination. It's really intriguing. But if it means I become a target? Nope. I'll leave it where it is, thank you very much. Do I check the box then? The extension cord was in there before. And you're not gonna wonder where the extension cord is now? Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. What? Yes, of course. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on and it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Okay. Yup. That's so weird that you investigate the lamp itself and not the plug that it's just over there connected to nothing. But I guess it makes sense. Okay, let's go over the file again. The Genocide Jack case file. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone! Byakuya... Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that, I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Oh no.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
I hope it's not possible to miss
It's the moment
evidence.
you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right?
The big red
Please
door.
go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Will do.
See you soon!
Begin the class trial or what? It's about to begin. The red door is right through here. Let's save. Just to be sure. Okay, let's go. Ahem. Don't worry, you can't miss evidence. Okay, that's nice, that's nice. That would be weird if, like, you could just get soft lock and you don't even know why. Ahem, so is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind? Or are we missing someone? Ooh.
Yo.
Oh. Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is? You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
At this point, like, I don't even know. Is that really a clue or what? Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. That doesn't sound nice. And just like he said a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I wonder if that means Toko was still in her room though, or she was somewhere else. I told him I don't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. I think we all know Monokoma's terrible at this point. So, now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle on to the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. Wicked, man, wicked. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. We're talking to everyone again, okay. You ready? We doing this?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual.
Shall we go?
Soon. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but
Count on it.
I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails. Right, bro? Oh. We're also his bro now, it seems.
How very sad.
Miss Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe. Wow. She's still going crazy, it seems. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. She says, after coming from the cafeteria to eat donuts. There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. True.
Hey, come on.
Damn Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Okay, there are two ways I think this case is going. One, it's giving us a lot of clues that could mislead us, but it really is just Toko who did it. Because, yeah, the split personality thing is kinda bad. It's very sus. Or, it could be Byakuya trying to mislead us. Because he showed us all the evidence that he wants us to use in the case. And those evidence shows that, like, it's highly likely that it's Toko because of like a split personality thing. But it could very well be like Byakuya, because there were subtle hints that Chihiro might not actually be female. We're gonna have to see. I think it's more likely to be Byakuya, just because of his character. But if it's Toko, hey, at least we got to spend time with her twice, right? We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
True.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions. Couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy, clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
Good, good. You're preparing to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills,
Everyone.
kills!
Please find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Oh. So I didn't have to save before. Okay. This is new. Set skills. I wonder if I need to select it. Yeah. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. Increases bullet capacity. Effective during the bullet time battle. Costs 4 SP. Do we have another one? Yeah. Okay. The focus gauge decreases more slowly during concentration and fever time. Effective during the non-stop debate. The Hangman's Gambit and the bullet time battle. Okay. The bizarre class trial begins again. Why was Chihiro murdered? Is the killer hiding within the group? Is there any help to be found in this series of murders? ... Question mark. Okay. E-handbook. Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much still remember all of them, so finish preparations and let's get into it. All right.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Yes.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
You all did.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Yup. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. The dumbbell on the ground. Genocide jack case file library desk clamp locker room dumbbell.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Oh, what did I miss?
Interesting.
Oh, it's for the iron pipe.
It
Okay, I
certainly
see.
would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
No, the weapon that was used to kill Chihiro must have been in the locker room.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
It
appears it was a
missed it.
head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
I'm still getting used to the shooting system.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Okay. I was gonna say, if your argument is only that that's the only thing in the scene that can be used as the blunt weapon, that's kinda weak. Good thing Kyoko's here.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
You need all the evidence you can get, you know?
That's so creepy!
I still find the picture on the left so funny. Especially when it's vibrating like that. Like... why is it vibrating like that with that expression? Like, why? ...
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
See, like, look at this again. The picture on the left is smiling. Like, I understand he's shocked now when he's talking, but why didn't they use a different expression?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added. Ooh, okay. Absolutely. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines. So think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease. So take careful aim when you have your silencer out. What's with the ... Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. It's their basic sprite, I think. But yeah, it looks kind of weird and funny at the same time. Yeah, man. I don't remember if my difficulty is set to gentle. I think it is. In which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun! I think it is, cause like, I only have 3 bullets, yeah. Genocide Jack, case file library, desk lamp, locker room, dumbbell. It's probably gonna be the case file.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey,
I
so,
missed.
speaking of Genocide
Again.
Jack, I don't know who that is!
We just had to talk about it over breakfast the other day. How did you forget?
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm
Wait,
concerned.
if that's the white noise, then that means I'm
That's impossible!
not in gentle difficulty.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come
It
on!
should be somewhere around
There's
here.
just no proof for it.
Oh!
Hey, so...
Did it hit the white
speaking of
noise?
I
Okay.
don't know who that is!
I have to aim it more
The
to the
culprit is
right.
genocide. Case
then.
closed.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Okay.
No, that's wrong. I might know one reason he could be involved.
The wording, he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
No. Byakuya showed it to you. You didn't find it. I think that's an important detail that needs to be mentioned.
I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
Yeah.
More importantly, it outlines all
Okay.
the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
Okay, at least like he's speaking up. So at least everyone knows that he knows about this thing, this case
According
file.
to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right.
My god.
Booblust.
That's really how he read that? Really?
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Moving on.
Never
Yes,
made public?
Never made public.
What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every other Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know? How the victim was
I got it!
positioned. She's always
Apparently,
hanged.
In every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
Yup.
There's only one logical answer I can think of.
It's either you or Genocide Jack.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
Shock Mondo.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Straight to the point. Wow. Okay. Not what I expected.
What?
But yeah, he's clearly pinning the blame on her.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec.
I agree. This development is kind of weird. How this is going, at least.
Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
I still don't believe the bloodophobia thing.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Uh-huh.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
I don't think Hiro has ever contributed to the case. He's only been confused all this time. It does seem like a riddle in a way, but I feel like I can just about see it. Genocide Jack is Toko, but isn't Toko. What does it mean? Hangman's Gambit. Letters left. That's what? H-I. What is this? Huh? Wait. I'm actually not sure. S. No, it's not L. what could... See? Oh, see? Wait, it's not S? Oh?
Now I
Right.
understand.
This
Is
is
it
like a
because
medical
Genocide Jack
condition or
has a
something,
split
right?
personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
I just brute forced that Hangman's Gambit, but I got it in the end. That's all that matters.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Everyone saw it though.
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior. Her behavior
I
changed.
got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and
Yeah.
then, when she woke up...
Yeah, this one... I was actually creeped out a bit when this happened. Imagine if this was voice acted. Wait, was it? If it was, I forgot already, but if it wasn't, I would love to hear this voice acted. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. Yup. Everyone
she was
saw
acting
it.
funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
Once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again? Ah, right.
In other
Yeah.
words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
For a second, I thought regained consciousness meaning she's back to normal. But it just meant like when she awoke into her split personality. Yeah.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Not scared of releasing Genocide Jack. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. Yup. Flashbacks.
The reason she
To
locked
the
herself
room.
in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in.
I still find it weird that we don't even have the option to ask how she is again after all that. Like, that was so weird that we just go to her room and it just says, I think I should let her be. Like, why?
It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
To some extent, that still kinda doesn't make sense though, because she did open the door whenever we rang the doorbell, even if she claims that she barred it.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her.
What do you mean by that?
What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
Oh,
She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
Okay.
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
This is really looking like Byakuya's just manipulating all this information to his favor and putting the blame on Toko.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
Well, Byakuya definitely looked like the least trustworthy guy, so...
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Yeah, right? Out of all the people.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first.
Huh?
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
Okay.
But in spite of that promise...
Right, she did say this. I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. And we asked Byakuya about it and he was like, no, not saying, let's move on. So, what I wanna hear from her...
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
How naive. But like, what I wanna hear from her is if she keeps her memories. Or she just doesn't remember it at all. Because it might be a case of something like she keeps very vague memories. So she might have actually had an episode of being Genocide Jack, but she didn't actually kill Chihiro. It was actually Byakuya.
That's the only reason I promised!
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried! I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you!
Oh.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person?
What, is he gonna show blood or something?
You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. What? A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... How? So she can just swap out just like that? Is that really how that works?
There. Is it me you were hoping to see?
It says Genocide Jill. What?
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Yeah, it makes sense because Genocide Jack was a title given by the internet, so they didn't really know whether male or female, so...
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality! So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
He wanted it to be voiced. Wish granted. Yup! And it's creepy.
She's so intense.
Yes, she is intense.
Like they say, sound and murderous minds terrifying sound and murderous body.
This is probably by the same voice actor of Toko, right? So that's kind of cool. Like, that's a wide range that she can do.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just
Uh-huh.
like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
I didn't expect her to be all friendly, actual answering to questions.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Obviously not.
I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Just kidding.
Yeah, it would be pretty dumb to allow yourself to die like this.
It's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless!
Powerless?
I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
True.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Very, very messed up.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive.
No, it is
the
not.
act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
Just kidding again.
I'm still just surprised by this voice acting.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
What does she
There's
have to say
clearly
to
a
that?
motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
The embarrassing secret.
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack.
So now we're assuming.
If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not
Yup.
the culprit.
Yup.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
So at least her split personality keeps the memories.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
But, of course, like, it's not like the murderer would just go, I did it, yes. So, we still don't know
Do you
if
really
this is
expect
really
any
the
of us
truth.
to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Here we go. Status of the dead body disappearing stain. Oh. Not sure if it's the status or the disappearing
You say
stain.
that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you
Uh-huh.
compare your past murders to this incident,
Okay.
the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Yeah, I think it's the status of the body then.
You say that, but do you...
Perhaps if you had an
Oh, an alibi, huh?
When you compare your past murders to the modus operandi matches
Oh no,
completely.
it's gonna hit the
What
white
more
noise.
Do- Give it up. You killed her.
Sorry, but I...
You say that, but do you...
Perhaps if you had an... Oh, an alibi, huh?
When you compare your past murders, the modus operandi matches.
No, that's wrong.
Is it? Okay. Break. Nice.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Yup. In the file, they were all stabbed with scissors.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Human garbage.
I murder with passion and conviction.
Yup. It's scissors.
I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. The victim's fatal injury.
For one, the cause of death is different.
Blunt strike versus stabs.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more.
Ooh.
One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini,
What's with all the pasta
then
references?
the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Now I want pasta. Oh, okay. No, it's not how the body was posed. Certainly not when. No, it can be when, but I think what was used is what matters more.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her?
Because it did look like she was just stabbed in, like the victims were stabbed into the wall with the scissors.
They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Yup.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
She's just so proud about it.
And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Wait, we're Big Mac now?
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Lolly girl. Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it? Oh, we can't look at the case again. Definitely not her lover. Friend wouldn't make sense because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Right. He did read out all the names, and they were all male names. I should have figured it out from there, huh?
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Adorable?
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Her mouth's so big, what the?
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the movie side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
A professional has standards, I guess.
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
Here we go again with the pasta
I
references.
have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
Stop making me
We get
hungry.
it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Okay. I think she's hungry and wants pasta clearly. Probably, man. Because now I want them. I want pasta as well.
Lowly, curt.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive,
By some fluke.
why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
Very true.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors?
Any?
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Yeah, so she wouldn't have it here.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Really? Oh. So she keeps it on her.
She's fully equipped!
But if she keeps it on her, then that means normal Toko has them on her.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime!
Why would normal Toko have those scissors on her? What?
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you!
Gutter dogs.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
What's with that expression?
I have no idea what's going
Oh.
on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Innocent for this case, yes, I would think.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Nobody but the police and Byakuya.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Byakuya did tell us they have like the same archive in their house. So he would know this because he reads those cold cases on his free time. Actually, hold on, there is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Select someone. Goodbye, Byakuya.
Here's my answer.
You played yourself.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Yup.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
I wonder how he's gonna snap.
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was
To
because
shift the
he wanted
blame.
to pin the crime on her.
Yup.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Right before. And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. Oh.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're
Yeah,
a guy...
I was also confused about that actually.
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But you don't know that the victim was Chihiro.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then.
You're not
What's so
supposed to
strange about
know.
it? Go ahead. Share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. Yes. A new element has been added to non-stop debates. More? We're actually not done with the tutorial. Next, we're going to add something called the truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from the truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. Interesting. Monokuma file number 2. Well, we're not using that.
you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Just to be sure. Truth bullets flashback. Target a weak spot, then hold down the left mouse button. Okay. Controls. Aim mouse, silencer right, fast forward. Fire is also left. Okay.
But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's
No.
a natural reaction for any guy!
Only for you.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Wow. Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realized there's a clear contradiction there. I need to make that contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Yes.
But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out, that's a natural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Use it on... What? You think there's some mistake lurking in what I said?
Shoot!
What?
So, you said Byakuya
Before
was
we
acting
found
kinda-
the
he was acting-
body. Oh,
presented
right,
with
of
the
course. Before
opportunity to
it
check
would
out
be
the-
That's
on that.
unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro.
So of
Okay.
course I would. There was no time. What's so strange?
You wish you'd taken me with you.
How did I miss that? Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting
Yup.
kind of weird before we found the body.
Huh? Oh no, I'm supposed to use before we found the body on the... Okay. I'm getting it upside down.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we... But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the...
That's a natural reaction for any.
The victim was Chihiro.
My score's gonna go down after this.
No,
No,
wrong.
because of this I mean. Gonna get less Monokuma coins. My
I'll
gacha
tell you
coins.
what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Yup.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Really?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
I mean, if he acts like he's pinned, then surely, like, he just loses then.
There is. I think.
Of course, he has to put up a strong front.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
He should have...
Oh? Proof
Well,
that I'm the
wait.
culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? Okay. Library desk lamp, Celeste's account, disappearing stain.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
Yes.
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Okay.
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
I didn't expect it to be that. I guess it's possible, but first, the item she had been bound with was used like rope. Was used like rope, but was it actually a rope? No, it's not.
What? The difference
It
between
was a
the cases?
plug.
You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was... It was some kind of...
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then
It
there
was not
must
a
be
rope.
something
It
very
was
fishy
an
indeed
extension
about that
cord.
rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Actually,
No,
you
it's
have.
wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord,
Yeah.
An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
True.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Oh.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing. I agree with not disagreeing. What?
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second?
Yeah.
I think we need to talk about this a little more.
That would be for the best.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
Your life is on the line. I would appreciate if you take this more seriously.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Byakuya's remarks just now, there's something in there that concerns me. The scene of the crime. Cause he's saying that he did it in the girls' locker room.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Wow. That really is his attitude then, I guess. This guy's crazy. Even in this situation, he's still constantly looking down at others.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well...
Wait, what?
I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later.
That is definitely possible.
Along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
The poster. Wait, so is it actually... Wait, how did Chihiro go in the men's locker room then? Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who had been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Yes, I got half a heart. Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. I need to just focus on those things that got switched. Not Sakura's account. Voice locker room carpet and the 2 locker room posters. Let's start with the posters.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
That's what she has to say?
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had
And she said that holding her scissors.
A poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boy's locker room.
Kinda sexist, but at least we have more proof, right?
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
I had the same reaction.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
But it hadn't. No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Yup. Boys' locker room carpet.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
Okay, so this started because Makoto started to think about the word involved. So implying that we're now considering that Byakuya worked with someone else. But this is weird. Because then we were told only one person can graduate, whether they work together with someone or not. Only the person who actually killed is going to graduate. So how's this gonna work? And if Chihiro was killed in the boys' locker room, then the only reason he would be able to get in is if he borrowed the boys' handbook?
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
Or are you actually going to tell me that Chihiro is a boy?
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Leon's e-handbook was quote-unquote broken. But Monokuma told us that no, it's actually not broken. So it's possible that Chihiro hacked it?
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Okay, Hiro being useful, finally. Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Is it just really gonna be broken e-handbook? So it's either
Is it really
that.
possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
It's the broken
I got it!
e-handbook, or that Chihiro's actually a boy.
E-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it.
Uh-huh.
She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
That's true. Theoretically, if Chihiro was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get into the boys' locker room. But that's if she was able to use it.
Is it really possible?
Is it really
Could
that
Chihiro really
broken
hack?
e-handbook?
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate pro. I'm sure that would have been no.
No, I don't think she used the thing that was. Huh? What thing?
It's my guess
I'm
right
talking
now.
about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
Okay. We got it. We got it, boys.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
But this is weird. Monokuma told us it's not actually
I'm
broken.
struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and.
Unlikely.
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
Yup.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
What?
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
Kyoko's the one who did a full body investigation, quote unquote. Like, if I remember correctly, Sakura did mention that Kyoko was poking around the whole body.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Oh.
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
She's actually a
What are you talking
boy.
about? What other way is there?
That's the only way. That's the only thing this is
Well,
leading
to
up
explain
to.
that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Wait. That's actually all it takes to get the break. Okay, I mean, obviously Monokuma would be mad if it doesn't make the class trial exciting.
For real?
But I didn't think it would be that easy.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
What's this gonna be? What's this gonna be? Is she gonna use... Love how quickly Monokuma gave in. Yeah, right? What's this gonna be? We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... the locker room?
Girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
Missy.
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully?
Oh,
Like
I
using
think...
our hands?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
I agree.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
I think everyone would agree that a woman should do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Kinda sexist to yourself, don't you think?
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
It's
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I
Oh
go.
no, it's actually...
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Oh. Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine
Be
her
sure
body.
to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Oh
Her
man.
entire body. I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What's with this scream? What's with this scream? Why would she scream like this? Why?
What is it?
Why?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Okay. It's true. Sakura's eyes were staring widely at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Is what?
Not a girl.
is a boy.
Okay. We guessed this somewhat, but I like how they actually like revealed it. That was actually funny.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he.
That would also
Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
That would also explain why she wanted to go. I guess I should be saying he now, huh? That would explain why he wanted to go in the middle of the night. Kyoko couldn't reveal it at the trial. No, she had to stop it, take them to the body, and make one of them discover it. She said, it's gonna be more interesting this way. And I guess her point would be like, people wouldn't believe her if she just said it. So that would make sense. But yeah, at the same time, she could have revealed it at the very start of the investigation. Like, when the body was found and after everyone started investigating, that's the first thing she did, was investigate the body. So like, could have shared that information, you know?
What?
Wait, it took him that long to process the fact that Chihiro was actually a boy. He had to repeat the whole statement himself.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Sakura's so mad.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Of course you would know.
Fujisaki was totally a guy.
You're technically the school's headmaster or something like that.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Yeah, like, this was another thing that I found weird, because when they mentioned like that Genocide Jack / Jill only kills men, I thought that shot down the theory that Chihiro was a guy. But apparently not.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, That certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Imagine the walk they have to take back.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Like they're all just walking back to the courtroom, given the new information that Chihiro was in fact a boy. What? And they'd have to take that long elevator ride down, and they're all just like, huh. So he was a crossdresser, huh? Sakura's just like, what? If I remember correctly, they had a sleepover, right? So Sakura's really just, what? Now I'm really happy I'm not in this class, you know?
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Uh-huh. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Yes.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Now the next question is how he got his body, how the killer got Chihiro's body into the girls' locker room.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Right. I forgot about that.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
It is a bit funny that Sakura discovered it as she is often assumed to be a man. That's actually true. Even Taka, right? Taka confused Sakura for a man.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd.
What? What's with his wording, though?
I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Yeah, that's where things are weird, right?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Oh, you're really asking me? I'm not sure.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
Yes.
But
I can't say for sure.
I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Yeah.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
I mean, you also need to... Well, no, let's just continue.
Acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
That one's the weird part, because it's still a life or death situation, you know?
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
Oh, really?
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but...
Same. Like the evidence, quote-unquote evidence that Makoto provides, almost none of them are actually concrete evidence. Mostly just like accusations. Like he just guesses or something.
It's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Why?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
I agree.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
And I would say your reason...
Now
well,
then,
no.
If it wasn't me, who was it?
If it really wasn't him, then yeah, I guess the reason wouldn't matter.
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Yes, I agree.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
Yes, I feel... You know, they're all panicking and all about the trial. But I don't understand why they're all so ready to cast their vote. At least talk more. Like, yeah, explore every possible explanation.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
What?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer is a guy. Cause Chihiro died in the boys' locker room. Now we can't say for sure it's Genocide Jack because it was proven that... No. Byakuya claims that he didn't do it, but he set up the body that way. The killer is a girl,
I got it!
No. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues? Wait, so if it's a guy... Celeste's account?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but...
Blue
Did
tracksuit.
nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know
He's so
who saw the
negative.
victim? The killer! And only the killer.
Wait, no.
And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game
Celeste's
over.
account.
Yay! No! Not game
Wait,
over!
I wonder which statement do you use Celeste's account on? No, the killer and only the killer. Yeah, it has to be that because Celeste saw her.
Isn't there a single clue that might...
Well, did nobody get... I'm sure
Okay.
someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now.
It's over. You want to know who
These-
saw the victim? The killer.
White noises are so scary.
No, that's wrong.
Okay. Break.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Yup.
Really?
In the
Oh,
warehouse.
But I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
And Taka is still mad.
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Yes, we
It
did not.
seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. Sakura's account. That Chihiro didn't want to work out alone. Something along the lines of that. She said she couldn't do it alone.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Yup.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Of course, because you're in separate rooms.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
That's actually true. I didn't think of that.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship!
The boy-on-boy lover speaks up.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Really?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Same.
Who is it? Who's the killer?
I don't know.
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Oh, duffel bag and blue track
Are
jacket.
you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
Maybe Kyoko would actually, so...
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy
Yes.
for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
There we go.
Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Culprit and jacket.
Perhaps.
Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Uh-huh. Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. I know, right? Even I'm confused. What? Library desk lamp disappearing stained Celeste's account. So it seems like it's none of those, and we're gonna have to use the
First of all,
flashback.
we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Exercise.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
Yeah.
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Okay, I wasn't trying to get that.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
Uh-huh.
I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Oh.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
What he just said without even realizing it. Are you saying there's something off about what someone just said?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
He was on his way, so
Next
To
we
go
have to
exercise.
ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Match the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
The only thing I
You
saw
heard him,
was
right? What he just said without even realizing it?
the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
The only
on his way
three
to go
guys that
exercise.
spoke
So next we have
are
to ask,
Mondo, Taka, and
why
Hiro.
did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you
But
mean,
Taka
the
doesn't even
specific
have
tracksuit?
anything that we can
I got it! He picked
rebut
that tracksuit
against.
because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So I don't think
So,
it's
what
Hiro.
you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
Oh, I missed. Just shut up.
Shoot!
I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause
Is it the tracksuit? Wait, okay, let's go back to Celeste's account. Imagine Kyoko like, the tracksuit did it, Your Honor. Case closed. Really though, like, how is this tracksuit this important? How? On the night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes. No, that has nothing to do with it. Into a duffel bag. What?
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
I have a white
No
tracksuit
way.
personally.
Not a chance.
You heard him, right?
I
What he
got it
just said
from the
without even
warehouse,
realizing it?
just so you know.
First of all, we know he was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose this specific...
What do you mean, the specific track?
I got it! It matched the one the culprit was wearing!
So, what you're saying is...
Is it
the killer was wearing the
this?
same blue tracksuit as...
No, that's wrong.
The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket. Oh! Track jacket.
She never said anything about the jacket's color.
Wait, what? Really?
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Wait, am I imagining things? I thought they did mention the color. What?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
What? Okay. I guess that's on me for not paying attention, but like... The picture clearly shows it's blue, so that's probably why I thought it was mentioned.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The
No.
only one I told about any of this was you.
She mentioned it to Makoto off trial, but not during the trial. Yeah, okay. Oh, so I wasn't paying attention to that then, I guess. At least I still got it.
Then,
I'm getting
Mondo,
lucky.
how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
Wow. Okay.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Oh, Taka. Oh, Taka. What's this? Standing up for your bro?
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
How are you sure?
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
So Chihiro's cherry. Yeah, Chihiro's cherry now, huh?
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Oh no.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
The tracksuit was in the bag. And just like that, she was gone. She was trying to hide
when
it.
Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However,
Wow.
Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
I didn't even at all. I just thought it was Toko or Byakuya. The end. Wow.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him. The way he talked? Yeah, he wasn't particularly acting different. So it must be the way he talked.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude.
What? What?
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
How? How?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Wow. Okay. I had really had zero idea.
Mondo, was it really you?
Ultimate question mark. She's too good, man.
Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
Huh.
What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
He's saying that like he's about to die.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Right.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Why is he sweating?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
But what is
Jeez,
it?
Does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then...
A handbook?
Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Uh-huh. You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... It's mine. Chihiro's or Mondo's? Chihiro's or Mondo's? If you found it on the ground, I think it's Chihiro's.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
How is this an important clue?
That's what I was hoping. But it's busted.
Busted?
It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
But that's the thing, they're not.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
But Mondo... No. Monokuma said there was a way.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
I wonder why.
For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
There definitely
How
is.
precisely did the handbooks get broken?
And how would Mondo know how? By hitting its weak point, I would say. Exploiting a bug, no. I don't think it's exploiting a bug because the way Monokuma talks about it is like it's basically a perfect thing. Hacking it, he also said, like you can't touch it or open it. Hitting its weak point makes sense because Monokuma mentioned it.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Wait, we're actually just gonna ask.
You're asking me?
Why
I think
would
it's a necessary
Monokuma
piece
answer?
of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands.
Really?
But you're sure you won't follow their example?
A weakness for pushy demands? What if I demand to be released?
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is...
It's gonna be something very weird. The sauna.
When it's exposed to
Oh,
high
it's
temperatures
actually
for
the
too long,
sauna!
it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
That's the only explanation. Taka didn't have his clothes on. So that means he probably put his e-handbook outside. But Mondo had his on. But the question would be Leon's. How did Leon's break? Did Mondo just try it out?
I flippin' knew it!
No! The broken handbook in the main hall isn't Leon's.
You knew it?
Yeah, cause I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The handbook isn't Leon's then. That was Mondo's that was broken.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
Random science lesson in the middle of a class trial.
If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
Oh.
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
I actually wonder why they included this like educational segment. But I have to admit, it is kinda nice. Nice of you to share that with us, Monokuma.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
The sauna incident.
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
How a brotherhood
What
was
if they
formed.
found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd
Yup.
realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I guess the reason why they had to dispose of Chihiro's handbook was to not find out he was a guy.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Oh, I
I might
know.
know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Mondo and Taka. Yup. Taka. Really, it could have only been one person. Taka knows it. His
Here's my
brother
answer.
has betrayed him.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
And why do you keep defending him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago. Remember?
Endurance contest. Yes, I remember.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
Uh-huh.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
This is where it goes weird. What is the actual solid proof? I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond the shadow of a doubt. What? What proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt? Oh, that's a lot. Card reader?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Interesting.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Okay.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Prove it then
Mondo
that
wouldn't
it
hurt
works.
a fly!
Even I don't want to believe Mondo might have actually killed someone, but I found something that proves it beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo,
Is it really
you
the
broke
card?
your own handbook.
Is it the card reader or
In
Chihiro's
other
handbook?
words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that
No,
what
it's the
Makoto
broken
said is
e-handbook.
right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Okay,
See?
I have to hit that
Mondo
better.
wouldn't hurt a fly.
Maybe I use the
Let's
slow
test Makoto's
down
if what he
thingy.
says you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo's, then that proves that what
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. I think we're on to something
Mondo,
here.
the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
Yeah, yep. It's actually
The
Leon's.
fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
Yup.
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
Yes.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
We already made this clear.
Here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Hand exchanging with the
Well,
corpse.
Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
All you have to do is show your handbook, man.
I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time?
What?
From the beginning.
Just show us your handbook.
That way, everything will become clear. And we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Oh, it's this. So we don't get the rhythm game thing every time, huh? Okay. Chihiro takes a tracksuit and a duffel bag from the warehouse. Celeste sees her. And now Chihiro is all, I'm in a hurry. Sorry, I have to go. Then, yep, Celeste sees the blue tracksuit in the duffel bag. Then Chihiro hurriedly stuffs it inside the bag and leaves. Act 2. The girls in the boys' locker room. Chihiro enters the boys' locker room. No. Wait. What is... Huh? What's this? Oh, that's Byakuya. So Chihiro... No. Maybe there's another one. This one. Chihiro enters the boys' locker room with his card reader. And is greeted by Mondo. Which would make sense actually, like that he decided to have Mondo as his training buddy because they were all like, I will never hurt you, blah 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 blah. Basically they had like a chilling, no not chilling, pretty cutesy interaction. Okay. Puts his duffel bag in the locker and then he works out. Pumps that iron. And he approaches Chihiro from behind and bam. Now Chihiro is dead. The blood got on the poster and it also got on the floor. After killing Chihiro, now he wraps up the... What's that? The carpet. Yes, the carpet. Wraps up the carpet. Takes the poster. Takes the poster and Chihiro's body. And he enters the girls' locker room. Oh wait. This one's wrong then. Because this one was already a panel. We'll go back to that later. Okay. I think that this is probably like a someone else's e-handbook. He enters places the poster. Yeah, because the poster is already there. Okay, he places the poster. And then Byakuya enters. Like the madman he is, he decides to play with the body. Right. Using Chihiro's blood. Bloodlust. Now, Up in the bathhouse, he enters the sauna and leaves Chihiro's handbook there. Yup. But now, what's this then? We already saw these in the comic. This one with the knob, that was the previous comic for Act 1. Must be the dumbbell then. No, that wouldn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Is it actually this? No, maybe this one's. Huh. No, I really think that one is correct. Because it could be this one or the dumbbell. Surely not this, because that's also from the previous case. This one is... yeah, this one's from this panel right here. In is from this panel. The Byakuya one is from this panel. Yeah, so this dumbbell, where does this panel go? Or maybe this is correct? Maybe I'm getting this wrong. Maybe this... but he doesn't look like he's exercising here. So this... oh no, I have 2 minutes. This dumbbell should be here. For sure this panel is either here or here. The bloody dumbbell could be here. Huh.
Here's exactly what happened.
This just might be right.
Let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Correct.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Okay, this is where we could be wrong.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Yeah, we got it wrong. How could... who is a boy have access to the locker room? Something that shows that Chihiro is a guy. This one looks right though. Oh, I have 1 minute. Is there anything that shows that Chihiro... This? Yeah, the hand here is different.
The killer is you!
Clutch.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
I had like, what, 30
But how
seconds
could
left?
the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Uh-huh.
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Yeah.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet.
Thinking about it, yeah, it actually doesn't seem planned.
Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl.
Uh-huh.
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
A crime scene switch. Like some anime
That could have
move.
been the end of things, but no. The Yakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
Huh. Yeah, this one is still so... Like, what the? Why even? Why? What does he get from this? He could have died, you know? Like, if they actually blamed him or Toko, he'd be dead. So is this really a game to him?
After stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
Uh-huh.
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime.
I hope he
He
explains
wanted to
himself.
create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Because this
And
really
around
doesn't
the
make
same
sense
time
to
that
me.
the Yakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
With the full name, Mondo Owada. Is that right? We did it! Wow, okay. I'm happy this like took a turn in an unexpected direction. But it's still like, why? None of this needed to happen if Byakuya just didn't mess with the body. He wanted to expose Genocide Jack?
Wait! No! This can't be right!
But there's no point in exposing it because she already admitted it to him.
Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence?
Where's your evidence?
You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer? That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. All I have to do is check that one item of his, and everything will become clear. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Oh, this is the rhythm game? Let's talk a little bit about Fever Time and Nega Time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, Fever Time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. What? So you can push right mouse, left mouse, right mouse, left mouse, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use out of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nega Time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. So we still get the rhythm game. If you were to activate Fever Time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. So it would cancel, huh? Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Nega Time. Well then, good luck and have fun. I had a bit of trouble with this the first time, so I'm gonna check the controls just to be sure. Lock on is right mouse, and attack is left. Okay. Select truth bullet. Wait, we need that.
You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
I'm
Show me
so
some
bad.
evidence! I won't listen!
This
You're
is so
corrupt.
bad.
I refuse to vote! I refute you! False! You're corrupt! Show me some evidence! I won't listen!
Final strike.
Show
Broken
me
E
some
handbook.
evidence!
This should prove it.
Let's go.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
He's gonna admit it.
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Yeah. That's sad. Hey, we still got an A, I guess. 96 coins? Not bad. We got 99 the last time, though.
Bro! What are you saying?
I really have to go, though. Wow, it's almost 3 hours. I went quite a bit overtime. Yup. We're gonna continue this game on Monday. Hey, I mean, at least we finished most of the trial already. Just sucks that I have to end it there, but I have to go. We're gonna continue this game on Monday because tomorrow I'm gonna be playing Valorant. Really sorry to be cutting the stream short like that, but I have stuff to do, so yep, I'm gonna be going now. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a nice rest of your day. And see you next time. Bye-bye.